Tennis is a sport that requires lots of hand-eye coordination. Bouncing the ball on the tennis racket is just one of the ways to help improve it. Tennis is also a very big team sport. That's one of the reasons why I fell in love with the sport. Along with that, tennis can be complicated. It can be hard to hit ground strokes, serve, or even keep score. Keeping score is one of the most vital points of playing tennis. USTA rules explain that 0 points is equal to love, 1 point is equal to 15, 2 points is equal to 30, and 3 points is equal to 40. Now, if it's tied, you would say all. For instance, 15 all, 30 all, but if it's 40 all, you would say deuce. Now, if your score is 40 and you get one more point, then you would win the game. Now, as you can see, this keeps track of your games. So to win a set, you have to win 6 games. So a ball would sit here, and then when you win 1 game, 2 game, 3 game, 4 game, and 5 game, and then once you win the 6th game, you would move your ball up to a set. In most cases, you need to win 2 out of the 3 sets. So you would put a ball here for a set, and then you would play the next set to win the match. Now, you must win by 2 in every set and game. So, but not every game and set, everybody wins by 2. So what's the normal solution to this? A tiebreaker. Chad Wallner in the blog Serve and Volley Tennis explained that a tennis tiebreaker is played when the game set score is 6-6. The players then will play a 7-point tiebreaker to decide who wins the set. Now, scoring for this is a little bit different than it would be for your normal game. Scoring for a tiebreaker for 7 points just goes 0 to 7. Along with that, you also must win by 2. Now, keeping score is the most important part, but another important part is keeping the ball in play. One of the most common ways to do that is by hitting a ground stroke. But being a tennis player myself, you do a lot of different things in a pinch to keep the ball in play. But most people think that you would swing at a tennis ball like you would a baseball. But, however, you want to swing at the ball in a motion that goes from low to high. Along with that, ISU Tennis describes that there is a sweet spot on the racket just below the tennis string bed that you want to make contact. And there are 2 ways to make contact. A forehand, which is your dominant hand, you bend your knees and you swing low to high. The other way is a backhand, where you use your dominant and your non-dominant hand, you bend your knees and you swing low to high. Now, keeping balls in play is an important thing, but knowing how to start a point is also important. So, how do you start a point in tennis? Well, the most formal way is a serve. And one of the most important aspects of your serve is your ball toss. So, TennisGate notes that in order to get a very good ball toss, you should release the ball just as the hand reaches the top of the head. So about here. Along with that, your racket path is also just as important as your ball toss. So you want to start your racket where you're scraping your back, and then move up into what is known as a trophy pose, and then make contact with the ball at its highest point, snap your wrist, and follow through. So, tennis can be very complicated. There are many different aspects to it, and if you're not willing to learn more of the main points, it can be very hard to play. So, in conclusion, like I said, there are many different aspects to tennis. Scoring is just one of the most important parts. Along with that, if you look at the racket, there are many different ways to keep the ball in play or start a point. There's your rim, there's your net, there's many different aspects to it. Along with that, tennis is definitely worth it in the long run. It's such an awesome experience. So, is tennis your favorite sport? If not, it might be after you try. Just remember, tennis is not easy, and you just have to keep trying.